Not on your side wanted to find out what families can do to keep their children safe.
WNCT's Courtney Allen joins us in the studio with information you need to hear. Courtney?
Shayla, Ken, I talked to the Pitt County Sheriff's Office today. They say while it's important to be wary of strangers, you should be just as vigilant of people that you know. Usually it's someone who has access. Now this could be a family member or someone your child met online. Detective David Flynn says your child's smartphone is a door for anyone in the world to come through.
It's good for parents to know the passwords and the social media accounts of their children. Lots of times we'll find that they've met someone or were talking to someone before they disappeared, which will give us some indication of where they went.
Flynn says it's important to be careful about the information you put online. We'll have the full details tonight on your news at 6. Courtney Allen, 9 on your side.
Thank you, Courtney. Today, a class focused on spotting the warning signs for human trafficking. The 2-hour training class took place at the Shepherd Memorial Library. More than 20 people attended. It addressed sex and labor trafficking. Participants learned about red flags, warning signs, and how to report the crimes. North Carolina ranks 8th in the country for human trafficking. Attendees included professionals from ECU, Pamlico County Schools, and social workers. That class is held quarterly. It's open to anyone in the community. It's been 2 months since North Carolinians faced the wrath of Hurricane Florence, and the rebuilding process is far from over.
Homeowners are still working to repair their homes, some still waiting for federal assistance.
Homeowners aren't the only ones suffering. A handful of businesses along the coast in cities like Wilmington still closed due to extensive water damage. Star News Online in Wilmington posting these photos today.
Stores like Best Buy, Staples, and Petco are still closed off to customers. Tonight, ECU is hosting a benefit concert for those impacted by Hurricane Florence. The Avett Brothers, a band with North Carolina roots, will be headlining the show.
WNCT's Kara Gann is at ECU now. She'll be covering that event tonight. And Kara, how's it going?
Ken, Shayla, I'm here at Minji's Coliseum. The doors just opened up, allowing fans to come on and get their seats inside. I was able to speak to a lady who tells me she was in line. She started getting in line this morning at 6 a.m. She was one of the first people in line, and she's been to 101 Avett Brothers concerts, but she tells me this one is very important.
I have a lot of friends from North Carolina, and hurricanes have impacted myself, my family, lots of friends, and it's a really good cause, and I'm happy to give to it.
All of the proceeds will be going right back to Hurricane Florence relief efforts. They'll be going to 5 different charities: Food Bank of Central and Eastern North Carolina, the New Bern Relief Fund. It'll also be going to RISE in Jones County, which stands for Recover, Improve, Support, and Empower. Also, the Onslow Community Outreach Program and RAFI, Rural Advancement Foundation International USA. Also, Carolina Panthers will be here. They will be sponsoring as well. They'll be given a $25,000 check for hurricane relief efforts. There are also 2,000 tickets left out of the 6,000 that were put on sale, so you still have time to grab your ticket and come on out and support the cause. Live in Greenville, Kara Gann, 9 on your side.
All right, Kara, thank you so much. Coming up next on 9 on your side, WNCT's Angie Casada brings us a news story in the adoption series, A Loving Home.
Just needs a father figure, and I believe that'll be good. It'll teach him and instill him how to be a man.
After the break, you'll meet 15-year-old Ontario.
But first, we get a check of your first alert forecast with Chief Meteorologist Jerry Jackson. And I know I'm not the only person in eastern North Carolina found it hard to sleep last night.
Absolutely. A loud night of weather for sure. Not just the rain and thunder and lightning, but certainly the strong winds, too. Unfortunately, another big storm system might be headed our way later this week. We'll talk about a first alert weather day for Thursday.
This is your WNCT-9 First Alert Weather.
Well, we are getting the month of November off to an unusually active start from a weather standpoint, and it's not cold weather so much as it is severe weather here in eastern North Carolina. Of course, we had a big storm system moving through last night. That's why we had a first alert weather day in effect through the morning hours. We had actually a confirmed EF1 tornado over in Atlantic Beach that occurred early this morning. An EF1, 86 to 90 mile per hour winds. Thankfully, no reports of major injuries or fatalities with that tornado. And it wasn't just the winds last night. The rain was very impressive, especially along the coast. Cedar Island picked up 5 inches of precipitation, New Bern 2.05, and Halls Run just under 3 inches of heavy rainfall. And unfortunately, more heavy rain may be on the way as we head later into the week. Another first alert weather day is going to be hoisted for Thursday. Another storm system, a large area of low pressure approaching out of the Gulf of Mexico, is going to lead to additional heavy rain and maybe some strong thunderstorms. And in some parts of the Carolinas, some frozen precipitation with this system, something that you sometimes see with these developing lows during November and December. So enjoy the brief break in the action we're seeing now. It's not going to last too terribly much longer. Current temperature 55 degrees here in Greenville, dew point at 50, relative humidity at 82%, the air pressure 30.09 inches, wind speed 7 miles an hour at the moment. You do find some variation in our temperatures. It's still quite warm in our southern counties, much cooler up north in Roanoke Rapids as they have more of a north to northwesterly component. That northwesterly component continues to feed in tonight. That's cooling us down and making the atmosphere a little more stable in general. So it's just a few spotty rain showers we deal with tonight. Not really overly concerned about a severe weather potential in the short term. But turn your attention down here to the Gulf of Mexico. Doesn't look like much now, but eventually a large storm system, a very powerful system, will emerge. And again, on the backside of the system where the colder air resides, frozen precipitation possible. On the eastern side where the air is more mild, that's where rain and heavy thunderstorms will be likely, and that puts us right in the warm sector here as we head into Thursday. So additional severe weather is a possibility, and the western half of the state could see a little frozen precipitation. All this mess clears out of here early on Friday, allowing us to salvage most of our upcoming weekend with sunshine and some noticeably cooler temperatures Saturday and Sunday. Tropics have been trying to become active. The good news is the area thunderstorms we're tracking near the Windward and Leeward Islands has not become any better organized today. You can track it with us daily, though. Outside tonight, showers possible, variably cloudy otherwise. We fall into the 40s. Tomorrow, variably cloudy, highs in the 50s, a little cooler up north. Your boating forecast, small craft advisory in effect, in addition to a gale watch. Sea is averaging 5 to 8 feet, 2 to 3 foot for the sounds, and that inland first alert 7-day forecast looks beautiful for the weekend, but cold. Highs in the 50s Saturday and Sunday, lows in the mid-30s.
Jerry, thank you. In this week's episode of A Loving Home, only on 9, we introduce you to a teenage boy looking for his forever family.
WNCT's Angie Casada joins us now in the studio with more. Hi, Angie.
Hey, Ken, Shayla, this week you're going to meet 15-year-old Ontario, but he also goes by Trey. After meeting so many kids with a loving home, sometimes I come across these young voices that even speak some wisdom into my life, and this young man did just that.
His friends and his foster families consider him kind, a gentleman. He's very giving, and I think that's very sweet.
Even Jasmine Shepard, Ontario's caseworker, is a fan of his.
I'm kind of looking at a teenager on the outside, from what you see. On the inside,
Ontario's an old soul.
I like very old music, like Tupac, Michael Jackson. I love Michael Jackson.
Ontario likes to move. He likes to go out. Whether it's to the museum, like I said, whether it's bowling, whether it's golf, he just likes to go out and try new things. He's not really a homebody. He loves the library too. That's one of his escape places.
It's also a place where Ontario tries to come up with plans to reach his ultimate goal.
My long-term goal is to be a $1 million man, basically. I heard Steve Harvey say one time, it's gonna be hard to make that first million, right?
Yeah.
But it's gonna be easy to make that second.
At 15 years old, Ontario is very mature for his age.
He will say, okay, I'll try it before I say I don't like it.
And with his perspective on life, many can learn from.
One thing I've learned is you shouldn't care what other people say about you. Because, I mean, if I think my shot good, it might not make it every time, but if I think it's good, that shot is the bomb.
Ontario would bring his confidence. Once he gets something down packed, it's just his face glooms up, his face lights up, and I love that confidence that he has in it.
And Ontario knows there are some things he needs to work on. It's also one of the reasons why he says he needs to find that forever family.
That's something I've been looking forward to.
To having a stable home, a mother, and a father present.
He just needs a father figure, and I believe that'll be good. It'll teach him and instill him how to be a man. And
when I asked Ontario about an ideal family for him, his response was heartfelt.
I can tell you what I think, but the truth is only God knows that. Only God knows who and what type of family I need. So from my perspective, I think somebody warm-hearted people, I mean, very caring and compassionate, I mean, but you gotta have a lot of patience.
Ontario also says one professional athlete in particular has helped him get through hard times.
His favorite wrestler is John Cena.
Ontario loves John Cena so much that he finds strength in the pro wrestler's words.
Rise above hate.
And a quote Ontario says is his life's motto.
Hustle, loyalty, respect. I say that's the three things that get you through life. You be loyal to your family and your friends. You respect people to treat them you want to be treated. We need the right person, put it that way. We need the right person to care for us, and they care about us.
Such an awesome kid. If you're interested in learning more about adopting Ontario, you can call Children's Home Society of North Carolina. Their information is on our website, WNCT.com/alovinghome. Angie Casada, 9 on your side.